this. You come into a room and everybody's nervous. But what seemed to happen was things gelled really nicely. And the first decision, which was kind of, we might have been astrologers for all the facts that we had. It was kind of guesswork, or scientists, because what they do is they put a couple of things in a test tube to see what happens. And then things happen, then you start to make changes. But teamwork began to develop from that. Then we delegated. And I see that nobody's asked me a question, because if anybody asked me a question about what I'm talking to you about, I would immediately delegate. Data analysis was the next key. And I think, for me, you know, I'm used to reading comics, so when I saw these figures, I had to work my way through this fairly carefully. And that, for me, speaking personally, that was a big learning curve for me. First of all, it was which side of the paper should I look at? That was great. That was terrific. I understand there are motions in the works to make the tremendously graphic and legible columns of figures even more clear, which I'm sure you'll all agree is a tremendous improvement to advance to mankind. Thank you very much. And he says his English isn't as good. Yeah. He stepped in just like that. And one other thing that I noticed, in terms of negotiation, you negotiate from a position of information, and you negotiate with your would-be partner from a position of information. But there are negotiating skills which can improve things. It's something that was clear to me, and we all agreed, that there was a kind of retailer mindset that you had to get into. And if you understood a mindset, you could begin to understand the sorts of ploys you might use with particular retailers, which were going to ring bells with one retailer and not ring bells with another retailer. So I think that was quite key. The negotiating process was, for me, and I guess this is kind of shared for you, began gently. And today was manic in the extreme. We were all on drugs at the end of today. But that was, and it felt to me a very real process. And I thought that worked splendidly.
There is also a manufacturer's mindset. There's the absolute opposite. And good retailers understand that, and they know how to ring the bells and get the money.
Is that a question?
I was not going to get the question. Right.
That's me. Thank you very much.